$5.
Is that all there is?
Might as well go on top of the money by itself.
District manager with Canada Safeway, and I can't tell you how happy it is because of little Melissa and Alvaro Philippi. You want to come here? Alvaro, here he is. And Adelia. Adelia, do you want to come up here, please? Anyway, Alvaro and Adelia's little baby was born with a genetic disease called trisomy 22, and that's not a very nice thing to have. And one of the problems that little Melissa has is that she has trouble breathing, and at times she has to be put into what they call an infant ventilator just as fast as they can get her in there. Now the unfortunate part about it is, in Thompson, Manitoba, in the General Hospital, they don't have one of these ventilators. So what happens is, Alvaro and Adelia, they got to jump in their car and make a very fast trip to Winnipeg, hoping that they get little Melissa in there in time, or else wait for an airplane and come in by with the airplane. Now, Alvaro and some of the fellas that he works with at Safeway and some of his friends thought that they would do something about this and try to raise money to buy one of these ventilators. And they decided on having a bike-a-thon to Winnipeg. And the reason why they chose a bike-a-thon was that they thought if they could ride that bicycle to raise $14,000 for this ventilator, then there would be a lot of other people who live in Thompson whose children also need to put into a ventilator, wouldn't have to make that terrible, fast, life-saving drive to Winnipeg. So that's why they chose the bike-a-thon. As you can see, and I'm going to introduce them later, they're just ordinary guys. None of them have ever rode a bicycle that far. In fact, one of them has about a $2,000 bet that he couldn't make it, so he was really motivated. How Safeway got involved was, these fellas asked me one day when I was at Safeway if we could give them some help. And we thought that, being a human interest story itself, we have 8,000 employees in Saskatchewan and Manitoba and Ontario. We thought that we would donate a microwave oven for which we sold tickets. And of course, from that, all of our employees really got involved, and many of them have phoned Thompson to wish these guys luck. These are people in Saskatoon and Regina, and it's become a great big Safeway family effort, along with everybody in Thompson. I was in Thompson last Sunday when these fellas took off, and just to give you an idea what a what a big thing this is for people in Thompson. At 7 o'clock in the morning, they had a breakfast in the Thompson General Hospital for anybody that wanted to come out. They had about 50 or 60 people there. And I found it to be very touching that they had about 12 nurses from the pediatric ward there, and they stood up at the front, and they had a spokesman, the head nurse from that ward, and she talked about, you know, working with children in the pediatric ward and how it was stressful. They all had children of their own, and but the way the hospitals work, there's just so many available, and she was so thankful for these guys to take this upon themselves to try and raise $14,000. In fact, it was very touching. She had tears in her eyes as she was giving the send-off, and of course the mayor and Thompson giving them a big send-off, and off they went. It was about 5 above and raining, and it hasn't gotten much better ever since. Anyway, that's the story behind it. We're glad you guys made it. I'd just like to introduce them. We have Hash Piera. Hash is, do you want to stand up in the stage there, Hash? Hash is a produce clerk in our store at Safeway. We got Arrow Santos, or Harry. Harry works for Inco. He's got a cleaning business in Thompson, and he does all our cleaning in Safeway, so he's almost like a Safeway employee. We have Tony Marcus, who works for the city of Thompson. His brother Albert Marcus, who works for Inco, and Carlos Machado, who works for chiefs and contractors. Let's give them a big congratulations, fellas. Now, we had a little confusion when these people arrived because we sent a spotter out on the highway to let us know about 15 minutes ahead when they were coming in. Well, he got on McPhillips Avenue, and of course, you know, there's a lot of construction.
Just one block of Portuguese to Winnipeg. Mine is coming to our place tomorrow evening at 8 o'clock.
Thanks very much, Tony. Is John Robson here from the Manitoba Hospital Services? I guess John didn't make it. We didn't give him much notice. He was in a meeting when I talked to him, but he wanted to come out and say thank you on behalf of the Manitoba Hospital. The winner is Rob Thurnborg, work at store 397 in Saskatoon. Through this draw, and with our 8,000 employees in Ontario, Manitoba, and Saskatchewan, who some of them are here today. I know the rest are with you in their hearts. I'd like to present this check for $6,006.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw. On behalf of myself and the rest of the blanket donors, I thank Mr. Shaw and the entire Canada Safeway, the whole team. I know they all got together and they did a wonderful thing for us. Mr. Shaw was there in Thompson, and he did see the send-off, and he knows the importance of getting this ventilator. And I think the rest of the children of Thompson who need it will also thank you as we get it. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we close off, we have our Selkirk store manager, Linda Lehman. I don't know, Linda, if you want to say a few words. Anyway, they have a lot of their employees here, and they have their mascot, Catfish. coffee and donuts here. Please enjoy, and thanks very much, and congratulations, fellas.